When I'm designing apparel or footwear, I can't design for myself. I have to design for the audience or whoever the client's audience is. And so it's a matter of looking at market trends, what was popular the past few seasons, what might be popular the upcoming seasons, and also, of course, integrating your own personal taste and your personal flavor into the equation and producing product that way. Hi, my name is Sophia Chang, and this is Kicks on Fire. My earliest memory of Kicks was LA Gears, the ones that light up for children, and I never had a pair. And Adidas Shell Toes. People would wear them with their Gap fleece hooded sweatshirts. For me personally, when it comes to Kicks, I think comfort and support is more important than anything. That's why I rarely wear heels unless I have to. Also, I'm not that great at walking in them. But yeah, especially in New York, you know, I'm someone who's really busy, always running around. You never know when you need to run and just sprint and run for the light or something. So, you know, wearing Kicks is the way to go, and there's just a lot more options, I feel like. Although I work with a lot of big corporate brands, from Disney to Travel Channel, I'd say my roots and my passion creatively a lot of times is very deeply rooted in kind of how I was raised and in terms of just like my general interests when I was growing up, and a lot of that has to do with street culture and pop culture. So I have a piece of artwork. It's in my Etsy store. It's my first pair of Air Force Ones. And I decided to draw that piece because when I was growing up in junior high, when I was like 13, Air Force Ones were the shoe to have. And I just remember like one day, this girl in my class had come in, and her parents, she got into like the best high school in New York, and her parents bought her a pair. And when she walked into class, everyone jumped up from their seat and they ran over to her, and they were like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you have them." Everyone was like bending over, looking at them and all this stuff. I remember she had the strap, you know, the Uptown pair. And like that was how hot the shoe was. And when I was, I think, a freshman in high school, I got my first pair, and they were low tops, they were white. I remember doing so much in them, playing handball, just, you know, doing all these fun activities, going to the movies, eating pizza, and all this crazy stuff. And it was just a very fun time in my life, and that shoe just means so much to me. And I still have them, and the sole is all yellowed, and it just seemed very beautiful to me, and so I decided to do an illustration of it. And I made prints, and people seemed to dig it. Like one guy even tattooed it on his forearm. Shouts to him. That was a brave move. So the fact that I'm from Queens, I've definitely gotten a lot of slack from friends for creating a collection with PUMA that's titled Brooklynite. Now, the brand initially approached me to do a collection on the borough itself, and I actually jumped on it. I thought it was great because right now, if you look at, if you look at the market trends today, like everyone sees Brooklyn as its own entity. It's this new city that everyone's kind of just jumping on. All the cool people are moving there, the young people are moving there, new startups, new businesses, real estate is booming over there. Of course, with the influence of the Nets and Jay-Z and all that hype that was happening a few years ago, that's definitely brought up the Brooklyn name a bit. I was actually out in Japan recently and just shopping around. There was a store that had, you know, all these cute little mugs, and there was like a California mug, a New York mug, and a Brooklyn mug. And I was like, well, why is Brooklyn its own little entity? But the fact that the rest of this world sees Brooklyn as like this new hot spot. Like no one really cares about Manhattan anymore. That's like for like the 40, 50-year-olds. Like the young people, if they move to New York, they want to move to Brooklyn. So understanding the market and seeing that Brooklyn brand name is being recognized globally, why not take this opportunity right now and take advantage of it? If I had to create a guidebook for Kicks on Fire's budding sneakerhead audience, it would definitely include elements of kind of the roots of street culture and sneaker culture. What are the classic shoes? Air Force Ones, you know, Jordans from 1 to, I don't even know anymore, then they just have like Jordan 28s or something. you know, the Adidas Superstars, the PUMA Clydes, kind of these classic shoes of different eras of life in general. And kind of teaching them about certain colorways that will always work, black, white, and red. You can never go wrong with it. And obviously telling them the difference between why retros are so valuable versus whatever you can get at your local shop. Also, I think a lot of times in sneakerhead culture and just hypebeast culture in general, understanding the idea of very rare and why that's very valuable when things are produced in limited quantities, and what gives that specific product more value because of it. So I'm very happy to announce that I'm going to be having a full line of apparel and footwear coming out with PUMA this coming fall. It's going to be available for men and women. It's going to be global, so let your international folks know. The collection came about from kind of just through friendships and meeting people, and just actually I was on vacation in Japan and I met some people on the team out there, and that's what kind of started this project. So thank you for listening. You can see more of my work at www.esymai.com. That's ESYMAI.com. And you can also follow me on Instagram to see more of my work and life and everything in between. And it's at ESYMAI. And that's it.